Hi guys, so tonight I'm going to read you some Simpsons facts. I hope you enjoy and I hope it helps you get some sleep. The first fact: in the opening scene, Maggie used to ring up on the cash register as $847.63 because in 1989 that was the estimated price of raising a baby for 1 month. However, the 20th season of the show, which kicked off in 2009, swapped the price of her worth, the grocery store, to $243.26, but Maggie doubles the total to $486.52. Whenever Bart prank calls Moe's Tavern, he dials the number 764-84377, which is 1 digit longer than an American phone number need be. It spells out Smithers. Ever wondered why the Springfield residents are all yellow? Creator Matt Groening told the BBC an animator came up with the Simpsons yellow, and as soon as she showed it to me I said, this is the answer, because when you're flicking through channels with your remote control and a flash of yellow goes by, you'll know you're watching The Simpsons. That's very clever. If you watch an episode dubbed in French, Homer's signature "do" is translated to toe. The Spanish version, however, translates it to ouch. In Arabic episodes, Homer drinks soda as opposed to beer, and he eats Egyptian beef sausages instead of hot dogs to coincide with Islamic customs. While the characters on the show are a digit short of a full human-like hand, only one character has ever been given 5 fingers, and that's God. If you watch the episode Lisa the Vegetarian and listen to the music in the closing credits, Paul McCartney sings "Maybe I'm Amazed," but this version contains an added background sound, Maca reading the recipe for lentil soup played backwards. The very last line is said to be, "Oh, by the way, I'm alive." Comic book guy's real name is Jeff Albertson, and Bumblebee Man goes by the name of Pedro, or at least we assume so. He wears a bowling shirt with that name on it in an episode. It takes between 6 to 8 months to create each episode. Wow. Lisa has celebrated her 8th birthday on 2 different episodes. Ever wondered who the voice between Maggie's sucking sound is? That would be the show's creator, Matt Groening. US President George Bush once blamed The Simpsons for society's problems, claiming that American families should be less like The Simpsons and more like the Waltons. Barbara Bush was once quoted saying, "The Simpsons is the dumbest thing I've ever seen." The word dough was added to the Oxford English Dictionary in 2001, although it's spelled DOH, which is said to be Groening's spelling of choice. The word's defined as expressing frustration at the realization that things have turned out badly or not as planned, or that one has just said or done something foolish. Also, implying that another person has said or done something foolish. But where did dough come from? Dan Castellaneta, the voice behind Homer, told the Hollywood Reporter that in the script it's written as annoyed grunt. He based the sound off of Jimmy Finlayson's "do" in the Laurel and Hardy films. Or dough. While the show's introduction generally sticks to the usual supermarket skateboarding couch stunt, its creators broke a trend for an episode, replacing it with a cover of Kesha's TikTok, Her response, a simple tweet of woo. Until 1998, the 6 main voice actors for the show earned $30,000 per episode. From then until 2004, they earned $125,000 per show. Today they get a whopping $400,000 per episode. In 1990, Do the Bartman topped the UK singles chart. The song was written and produced by Michael Jackson and Brian Loren, and performed by Nancy Cartwright, the woman behind Bart's voice. Many of the characters' last names are taken from street names in Groening's hometown of Portland, Oregon. One piece of Simpsons merchandise, a t-shirt reading "I'm Bart Simpson, who the hell are you?" was apparently banned from public schools. Principal Skinner's prisoner number in Vietnam was 24601, the same prisoner number as Twin Peaks' Hank Jennings and Les Mis' Jean Valjean. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Krusty's former sidekick, Sideshow Bob, also has that very same prison number, which can be seen on his letters to Selma back when they were married for a short period of time. Sideshow Bob's real name is Robert Underdunk Terlwigler or Willager. I'm sure I've pronounced that wrong as well. The length of the opening scene couch gag is dependent upon how long the episode is. If they need to fill space for a shorter episode, they'll make an extended couch gag. In 1989, it took just 2 days for Danny Elfman to compose the show's now famous theme tune. If you string together clips of Rainier Wolfcastle playing McBain from 90s episodes, they actually make a somewhat coherent story. The reason Groening called the town Springfield was because there are dozens of different cities with that name in the States, keeping fans guessing as to which state the Simpsons live in. While Lisa's first word was Bart and Maggie's was Daddy, the first words out of young Bart's mouth were "Ay caramba." The 2 alien characters, Kang and Kodos, are named after characters from Star Trek, the original series where Kang is a Klingon warrior and Kodos is a mass murderer. Nancy Cartwright, who provides the voice of Bart, first tried out for Lisa's voice. The inspiration behind Krusty the Clown, a TV clown in Portland named Rusty Nails. However, despite the ominous name, Rusty was a joyful, upbeat clown, not remotely like Krusty. Milhouse Van Houten's middle name is Mussolini. Springfield hillbillies Cletus and Brandine have 44 children. Some of their names: Crystal Met, Incest, Dubaya, Normal Head Joe, and Mary WrestleMania. Jesus. Fraser's Kelsey Grammer is the voice behind Sideshow Bob, while Fraser's David Hyde Pierce, who plays Niles, provides the voice for Cecil, Sideshow Bob's brother. Their father, Dr. Robert Terlwigler, is voiced by John Mahoney, or Mahoney as we would say in Ireland, who plays the father on Fraser. The episode Angry Dad features a comic cartoon drawn by Bart. However, none of the show's animators could make their drawings look like they were created by a child, so one of them got their son to do them. When The Who's Pete Townshend was included as a character on the show, it was actually voiced by his brother Paul Townsend. Maggie Stuffed Bunny is actually the main character from Matt Groening's comic strip Life in Hell. If you're ever at Springfield Elementary, remember this. Bart's locker combination is 36, 24, 26. Those are the numbers recited in AC/DC's Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. Thinking about opening your own business? Can't think of a name for it? Take some inspiration from The Simpsons. The French Confection, which is a pastry shop, Louvre, American Style, which is a museum, Helter Shelter, a soup kitchen, and the Frank Dutchman, a seafood restaurant. Inside the Springfield police station is a map of the city, which is shaped like a medieval Constantinople. There are plenty of animals in the show. Patty and Selma's iguana is named Chop Chop. Krusty's monkey is called Mr. Teeny. Homer's helper monkey went Mojo, and Mr. Burns' fighting monkey was called Furious George. In 1997, a house was built in Clark County, Nevada, that is an exact replica of the Simpsons' home. It was initially built as a grand prize for a contestant run by Fox and Pepsi, and the winner could choose to either stay in the house or receive a $75,000 prize. Unfortunately, the house, which cost $120,000 to build, was stripped of its Simpson-esque decor. In 1997, the show surpassed The Flintstones as the longest-running primetime animated series in America. Bus driver Otto is said to have a Big Daddy Ed Roth tattoo on his butt. Despite his youthful looks, Ned Flanders is actually 60 years old. From 1991 to 93, comedian and TV host Conan O'Brien was a writer and producer for the show, and has been credited as co-writer for 4 episodes. To promote the Simpsons movie, American convenience store 7-Eleven transformed some of its shops into Quickie Marts, selling Simpsons merchandise such as Buzz Cola, Squishies, and Krusty-O cereal. As you likely already know, most opening credits feature a unique message written on the school blackboard by Bart. A few previous messages have included, "I was not touched there by an angel," "Pork is not a verb," and "I will not whittle hall passes out of soap." That's all from that page. I'll just see if there's a couple more that weren't included. Okay. Here we go. Load, please. Okay. On Conan O'Brien's first day as part of the writing staff, a bird flew through the window and killed itself. That's really sad. Homer's email, chunkylover53@aol.com, is genuinely registered, and users will get an automated response from him when they try and contact it. Nancy Cartwright accidentally knocked over Danny DeVito when she was introduced to him before he recorded the dialogue for Uncle Herb the first time. A lot of these I've already read. Second now. Read that one. There once was a ride called The Simpsons Down Under, at Fox 2 Studios in Sydney. It was in the Backlot theme park, which unfortunately closed down in 2001. The ride featured an altered version of Bart vs. Australia with entirely new scenes. In 1997, The Simpsons became the longest-running primetime animated series in the US, surpassing The Flintstones. The live-action sequence at the end of Treehouse of Horror 6 was filmed on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City. An original concept in the early days was for Homer to actually be Krusty all along, hence why the designs are so similar. That would be crazy. Michael Jackson was credited as Johnny J. Smith in Stark Raving Dad. This was due to contractual limitations, meaning he wasn't meant to contribute to the show. However, he wasn't allowed to sing, meaning an impersonator was brought in for the Lisa It's Your Birthday scene. Bart Gets an F is still the highest rated episode of all time in the US. Before Sting was selected to appear in Radio Bart, Bruce Springsteen was offered the role instead, but he turned it down. In 1998, Bart was named as one of the most influential people of the century by Time magazine. The Simpsons hold the Guinness World Record for most guest stars in a TV series. Fox owns the rights to The Simpsons until 2082. The Simpsons characters were designed so that they would be easily identifiable in silhouette. Homer Simpson is the most downloaded sat-nav voice. He is also the only character to have dialogue in every single episode. Paul McCartney's only demand after being a guest star was that Lisa remain a vegetarian for the remainder of the series. Bart's hair has nine points. The name Bart was chosen since it is an anagram of brat. Anne Hathaway won a Primetime Emmy for her outstanding voice performance for her portrayal of Princess Penelope. Ringo Starr was the first Beatle to be a guest star on the show. And I'm just going to ring one more. Actually, Itchy and Scratchy Land was a direct response to Fox, who at the time had tried to stop any more Itchy and Scratchy cartoons being included in episodes. Bleeding Gums Murphy was the first recurring character to be killed off on the show. This happened in the episode Ron Springfield. Whilst Who Shot Mr. Burns was in production, David Silverman was the only animator who knew that Maggie was the culprit. And I'm gonna leave it there. So I'll be back soon. Sweet dreams.